G'day everyone, welcome back to Wheel to Wheel Racing. We are here for our final round of the Season 10, Round 9, the Super Enduro at the beautiful remastered Trail Mountain. Tonight with me in the commentary box we have Viper.
Hello everybody and welcome to Trail Mountain, the OG goodness that we all love, and the final round of the season. It's going to be a good one.
Yes, very excited. And on the visuals here tonight we have Herbs.
Good evening everyone, good to be here. Looking forward to the finale tonight. Yeah, can't wait to see who wins. Yeah, take it away guys.
Righty. Well, we won't dilly-dally as we have plenty of time to talk during the race, so we'll let everyone know that pit lane is open and they are free to jump out of that and get their quali underway.
And it looks like the Division 1 leader.
Yeah, Apex, first one out of the pits, not wasting any time.
Yeah, gets out there in that beautiful WRX Group 3 car. This is going to lead him around.
It looks like behind Apex we have the privateer duo of Mountain Goat and Pure Axle in the two Corvettes.
And followed closely by Adam V10, who's subbing in for Tombo this week. Tombo is on holidays, and if you're watching the stream, Tombo, have a great holiday. We miss you, brother. Come back soon.
Did see Tombo chatting in the YouTube chat saying that he's at the pub watching Wheel to Wheel instead of the Origin on the TV, so I hope you're having a great time there, Tombo. We'll move back from Adam V10 to the 13R representative of the lobby, Captain Lowside, in that beautiful Jaguar.
And KZ in that BMW. Those BMWs have been, especially that Z4, has been really strong in the other divisions. So it'll be very interesting to see how he goes. And then Scooter in the Mitsubishi. In the L Plan, we'll see how things go to plan for L Plan tonight.
Yeah, I know Corbin managed to get second in that Mitsubishi in Div 2 tonight, but it did look like it was lacking a little bit of pace, so we'll see what Scooter can get out of that. I also heard he has not gotten much practice in. In behind Scooter now is Fixer Chris in the M6, deciding against the Z4. The other Scooter rear quadrifoglio entry though.
Still scratching my head about that one, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't think many understand Fixer Chris's choices, as we saw the NSX last season as well.
And bringing up the in the Shake and Bake McLaren, there is DJ Desco, who's subbing for Ando.
No, he's officially taken the place. He's done well last week in the McLaren has Stefko, but he's not quite enjoying it as much around Trail Mountain here in the Group 3.
No, the Group 3 car is definitely not as fun to drive as the Group 4 car is. The Group 3 car is definitely a challenge, but he seems to have come to terms with it pretty well. So see what he can pull out of the bag tonight.
Yeah, just behind Stefko we have another one of the Dam Racing drivers, the first of the drivers in the BRC. We have Zuzu, the team captain.
And Dale bringing up the rear. No, not the rear. Dale in the last of the Dam Racing entries in Div 1, followed by our illustrious leader, Squiddy, in the Group 3 Skyline.
Yeah, filling in for Tate this week, so calling double duty is Squid. That's a massive effort. He's going to be doing 92 laps in race plus whatever he's got in practice. But I reckon we jump up the front of the field with Apex as he comes towards the line to set his first qualifying lap time. Go. Looks like a 48.5 out of Apex. Mountain Goat has beaten him with a 48.1 right out of the bat. God, as everyone else streams across the line. KZ Captain moves up into third. KZ sitting in fourth in the Z4. Fixer Chris holding fifth. Getting both his front wheels off the tarmac as he comes through the end of sector 1 into the tunnel. So we've got, looks like that's everyone that's done their flyer. So we've got some rough standings of where everyone's sitting at the minute. Except for the boss man who's approaching the line now on his outlap. Or is this his flyer? It says outlap for me. I'm not sure if that's... No, it is a second outlap, okay.
Might have ducked in for a fresh set of tyres. Might have been on the wrong tyres or something.
Possibly. Might have had a little bit of an oopsie. It is definitely possible to make a small mistake and it cost you a bunch of time, so maybe thinking it's better to just put back to the pits. We don't have... So Apex and Goat still leading the field around at the moment. Mid 45 out of Apex. Oh, he's into the pits though.
Yes, into the pit lane.
I think that's what we'll see from most people here, unless they're well up on their previous time.
Going in for a fresh set of tyres, do another outlap, hot lap, and that'll be close to done for qualifying for most of these guys.
Adam V10 and the captain staying out to finish their current lap, so they may be looking to quit back to the pits and get another flyer in after this, or just go for it on the warm softs. Captain improves to a 49.3. Adam V10 goes to a 50.17, so about a 3.5 tenth improvement there.
Yeah, that's a pretty good effort from Adam as he makes a mistake and banks it into the wall inside the tunnel. Commentator's curse is strong tonight already.
Yep, getting that one wound up, ready to go nice and early on.
Yes. Apologise, Adam. Although that could just be for revenge from last season, so it's a big improvement from Adam. He was struggling very much so with that McLaren at the beginning of the week, so to get him down into the 150s and that thing is a pretty good effort.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I was expecting a little more out of DJ here. Earlier on I was practicing with him and I saw him get into the 49s with a solo lap on full fuel, so he's quite a ways off of that. I'm sure he'll be wanting to improve massively on that 51.9 that he's currently got. Looks like a couple of the Dam drivers switching over to their starting tyre for the race as well. I think I spotted Sue and Dale on the hard tyre already.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys switching on the hards. Dale's just chilling in the pit lane. It's going to be interesting to see what those guys in the Adam's doing the same now. He's swapped over to his starting tyre. It's going to be interesting to see what the guys in the BRZs do. They've had really good fuel consumption in that car this week at this track, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, whether they can get away with one less pit stop or not.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Where is it showing Dale just sitting on the pit exit for you? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Apparently Viper's sound levels are a little quiet on stream as well. I don't know.
Let me see if I can fix that. Alright. See how that is. I hope that's a little bit better.
Hopefully we'll wait to hear back from the critics that we have in chat. But we have Apex and Goat still on a lap here, looking to improve from their first time around. Captain having a rough run into the tunnel. He is on a flyer as well, and it's probably going to be pretty tight. Oh, there goes Captain.
Spun it.
So I was just going to say it's probably going to be a bit tight on time to make it around to finish this one, but he's gone with the drifting approach instead now.
He's just putting on a show for the stream. We appreciate it.
Yep, Apex has just pulled out of his lap. On the brakes, moved to the inside. We've got Goat approaching the final chicane now. And I'm not sure if it was just a car thing, but this right-hander of the chicane, it felt like it had zero grip for my car personally. It took forever to get it around it.
Yeah, the track in my race was really very, very slick. I'm not sure if it was just the time of day or whether it was or what it was, but it did feel it had very low grip.
We go 6th and 7th, Scooter and Chris coming to the line. Scooter goes 4th, Fix-It Chris takes it off him. So dropping Adam down to 6th, Fix-It Chris sneaks up into 4th spot there, jumps into the pits to switch up them tyres. Who do we have approaching the line? It's Dale on an outlap.
I think that's going to be our starting order.
I think that's going to be it. So Mountain Goat, I believe, taking out pole. I'm currently frozen, so
Apex.
No, that's Mountain Goat. He's back in the pits, but
oh, okay.
He got a 48.192. Apex only managing a 48.525.
Yeah. Hopefully the.
Here we go. We're away.
Yeah, Mountain Goat taking out the final pole position for the season.
Yes, Pure Axel sneaking up into 3rd, the captain holding on to the 2nd row. So that's good of the captain there.
Lights are on.
It's 5.
Revs build. We're away for the final race of the season.
Oh, some rough starts out of some guys there.
Captain Lowside really sideways on the start there.
And look at that, they're 3 wide in the mid-pack at the moment, coming into turn 1. Can be a bit of trouble, it's very much a one-line corner.
Turn 2 is where the action usually is.
Pure Axel and the captain got together there, that was scary. Captain's got a half-second penalty. Pure Axel has moved back to 6th. Not quite sure what's happened there. Oh no! The captain is out of the room. So I'm assuming that one's a disconnect for the captain.
That was weird.
We can.
Definitely got some typical Gran Turismo 7 connectivity issues happening, but we'll push through.
Yep, Apex pulling to the inside of Mountain Goat to look to take away that race lead. As they approach the end of the tunnel, he's just about clear and sweeps across right before the braking zone. Pure Axel pulling out, looking up the inside of Scooter and KZ.
Big dive by Pure Axel.
Yeah, Scooter unfortunately came out onto the back straight there in 3rd position and got eaten up by the Z4 and the Corvette of Mountain Goat and Pure Axel and KZ.
But KZ's looking very racy in that Z4 there. He's hassling Goat.
Yes, they're side by side approaching the final chicane. KZ up the inside. Nice move, Pure Axel defending as well.
We'll do a little bit of run through of the tyre situation as we start the race. So Apex is on softs, KZ's on softs, Goat's on hards.
It's big.
And Pure Axel on softs, Scooter's on softs, Fix-It Chris on mediums, DJ Stefko on hards, Adam V10 on hards, Zoo on hards, Squiddy on hards, Dale on hards, and that's how we run through the field for tyre selection for the start of the race.
Yeah, so big interesting one there. Mountain Goat currently in 4th place on the racing hard tyre. Able to stay in front of Pure Axel for a little bit there, but he's lost that spot. He's still holding off Scooter. And I'm sure Fix-It Chris will be happy with that one because he's on that medium tyre trying to keep up with the soft runner of Scooter.
Yeah, that's Captain Lowside's jumped back in to the room. So yeah, I'd say definitely a disconnect for him.
It's really unfortunate there for the captain.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate for the last race of the season. So Apex has pulled out a 2-second lead over KZ. and is looking to drive off into the sunset.
Yeah, just back behind them as well, Scooter has managed to get past Goat, so Goat back into 5th, and now has Fixer Chris right up behind him on another set of faster tyres, being the mediums.
Yeah, those hards will come on a little bit. They're a little bit slow for the first, 4 or 5 laps, but they do, once they heat up, they're the difference is not as much as you would think.
Yeah, they are very consistent throughout the stint as well. They don't drop off like any of the other tyres that we run, so Chris probably has about a lap or two to make the move and get some time on Goat before the hards become the better tyre of the two. We have had Captain Lowside joining us here in the commentary box after an unfortunate disconnect there.
Good evening, gentlemen. Yeah, some big dramas on my end. It was all going swimmingly, and then it popped up saying that the host had ended the game, and I'm like, oh, alright, that sucks, but we can restart. And nope, turns out it's just me, so good way to finish off the season, but showed some pace. That's how it rolls.
Yeah, you're looking strong in that Jag. Qualified really well. It's really unfortunate for you.
Yeah, honestly, I surprised myself with qualifying, I'm not going to lie. Haven't really been able to get on this week at all, and conquered on the second. I was quite happy, but that's the way cookie crumbles, really.
Yeah, I'll probably go down in the list as a blown engine on lap 1, pushed it all in the qualifying and couldn't handle the race, I guess.
Yeah, turned the party mode on too hard.
Yeah.
No one said you could turn the spray on, mate. That's... Well, now that most people have settled into their spots for this stint, we could probably take a minute to talk about what kind of strategies we're expecting to see and why everyone's tyre choice at the moment is so important.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of different ways you can get to the 46 laps. All tyres are mandatory in this race, so you have to run at least one set of softs, one set of mediums, and one set of hards, and it's up to you when you run them and how long you run them for. So there's lots of choices and lots of different strategies to play out, and it's really going to depend on whether you want to start fast or finish fast. So
yeah, and interestingly so, in kind of the polar opposite to what we saw in Gran Turismo Sport, that I would say the hards are the favoured tyre, whereas in Gran Turismo Sport they were so slow that you'd be like, well, do I consider just doing a lap on them and then jumping into the pits and getting onto the soft tyre, which would last quite a while?
Yeah, I mean, we can see people doing you can even double stint on the hards. It's not impossible to do, almost 30 laps on a set of hards with the way that they just don't deteriorate very much. So it is possible to see people saving a little bit of time in the pit lane by not changing a set of tyres and double stinting. So it's the first lot of pit stops is going to say a lot about what strategies people are doing, what tyre they go from and then onto. We should see the guys on soft stop, I reckon, about lap 6 or maybe lap 7. So we haven't got too long to wait.
Yeah, you'll be asking quite a lot out of the soft tyre to go more than 7, I would say. But how about yourself, Captain? What was your planned strategy for this one? Quite strategies. So just in case he was a little too quiet to come through on stream there, it's going to be 2 stints of 16 laps on hard tyres, and then I believe you said 7 and 7 on a set of softs and a set of mediums. just hearing that he's gone again.
Yeah, definitely some internet issues happening there at Captain Lowside's location, so hopefully he can get back on and join us towards the end of the race.
Yeah, and just want to bring our attention to 5th place here. So coming towards the end of lap 5, Fixer Chris hasn't managed to get by Mountain Goat while on the faster medium tyre, so Goat's done well to hold his spot there. And in the battle just behind them in 7th place, DJ Stefko currently leading Zoo around by about half a second. So Stefko doing shake and bake proud and leading the hard tyre runners apart from Mountain Goat, who's a bit of a freak.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to match Goat's times on any tyre. He's certainly very rapid, but looks like that BRZ is harassing DJ Stefko.
I think I did see him take a little bit of war with him on the exit of that last corner as well.
Yes, it hasn't helped his cause, and then behind them, another McLaren is getting harassed by another BRZ. So it seems to be a bit of a theme happening.
Adam's got a little bit more breathing room than Stefko. Zoo is definitely hot on the heels of Stefko's McLaren up the inside. He's doing well to hold that around the outside, turns into the inside of the next corner, so he's held that spot well, has DJ.
Yeah, that's a good defence through that little kink there.
Yep, and behind them now, Dale has closed right up on Adam, so these shake and bake McLarens look like they're struggling a little bit through that first sector compared to the BRZ of the damn racing drivers.
Yeah.
Battle for 4th there, sorry. Goat just snuck up the inside of Scooter. Fixer Chris looks like he's going to try and do the same thing and take another spot away from Scooter. Not sure if there's been a penalty involved there or the tyres have just fallen off, but Scooter just got eaten up by these two.
I think the tyres might just be falling off on Scooter there. It's because the penalty line is on the main straight, so
yeah, true, sorry.
But
he's going again there.
Going around again, that's bold. That'll be 7 laps on the softs.
Pure axle in after 6 on the soft tyre. So I'm assuming we will see Pure Axle jump onto the mediums and get his 2 softer tyre options out of the way early, and then run the hards towards the end would be how I would do it. Then you don't have to refuel for this first stop here. You just chuck on the tyres and run the tank empty.
Yeah, that's what I did in my race. So they might be going on to the hards for a long stint.
Possibly. Enough time for his team to grab all the tyres they just changed and walk back into the box. He's away. Yes, he's gone onto the hards and filled the tank all the way up to the top.
Mo just trying to gain a little bit of track position later by having to fuel up, short fuel on his last stop or something like that. But yeah, I treated the softs and the mediums as one tank of fuel, so that seemed to work out. That seemed to work out pretty well. But KZ's going around for his 7th lap on softs as well.
Yeah, very similar tyre wear to Apex Humper as well is KZ. It's slightly worse, but it's a very small amount.
But the drop off is substantial. I mean, 48 to a 51.
Yeah, it's
so that's a significant drop.
KZ going to follow suit, so we'll see Goat take the race lead, staying out on them hard tyres. Fixer Chris continuing on the mediums, and Scooter ducking into the pits out of 5th place.
Goat's lap times look like a carbon copy of one another. They're all in the 51s, except for the second lap when he was battling.
Yeah, and it's just paints a beautiful picture of the hard tyre. They are just incredibly consistent, and you know what you're going to get out of him every lap, really. So.
And Chris on the medium, also very consistent times, but very, very similar times to the hard tyre, which is a bit concerning for Chris there. You would have hoped he would... Oh, hold on. Oh, no, the commentator's curse has struck again.
He's managed to get the 360 and get going quickly, but front end damage there, and just to add to his woes, right behind him is not a car that hasn't pitted yet. It is our current championship leader.
And it's super unfortunate for Chris there coming out of that tunnel. It's such a dicey section of track too. It's blind, and you can go just a little bit too wide, pick up some dirt, hit that ripple strip. See you later.
Yeah, the car gets very light there too, coming over that little crest. And if you're just on the gas at the wrong time and the car gets light, it can flick you around really easily.
Yeah, especially in those turbo cars. I know kind of third gear, once that turbo would spool up in the Toyota Supra and you hit the bump on the exit of that around it wanted to go.
Goat's got now bumped it out to an almost 8-second lead and a 10-second lead over Apex, who's gone back onto softs.
Wow.
Apex is double stitching with softs.
So he's running 2 sets of softs, and I guess 2 sets of softs, 1 set of hards, 1 set of mediums. So
yeah, I don't know how long he's going to be able to stretch the hards and the mediums, but that's confusing at best. Yeah.
Not sure that surely means he has to do an extra
pit stop for a set of mediums, yeah.
So that's...
I'm just trying to figure out how that works in my head, and I haven't quite made sense of it yet, but I'm sure he'll be able to show us on track.
Hopefully it wasn't just a miss push of a button, you know, in the pit stop.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we should make him do an extra pit stop every race.
They'll probably bring him back to the rest of the field if he had to do that. So
we've got some action happening down in 7th place here as well. KZ has managed to make his way past Dale and is now right up behind Adam. And I'm sure that Z4 is going to be able to pull past the McLaren as they run down the back straight here.
Yeah, it won't even be a contest. It'll go past it like it's standing still.
Yep, I know.
Try and follow suit. Yeah, Dale's tucking into KZ's slip. I don't think he's going to get enough on this back straight on this run though.
Adam tucking right in.
Closing that door on Dale, saying not today.
Yeah, don't know if you...
Little bump in the braking zone there. Just letting Adam know he's around.
Yeah, definitely making sure Adam knows he's there. Bit of a welcome back after Adam's sat out the majority of the season and spent more time in the commentary box, but gets back and unfortunately gets stuck in a bit of a dud, being the McLaren fixer Chris in the pits from 3rd.
Yeah, he was asking us early in the week whether we need, if we wouldn't mind finding someone else to fill in, because he was struggling to come to terms with the McLaren, but he's doing a pretty good job.
Look, Stefko was saying a similar thing. He said Tombo is a very convincing salesman and sold the McLaren much better than it actually is. He said there's 2 good races coming up for the McLaren, and Stefko didn't take into account that both of those were last round.
Yeah, the last 2 races at Deep Forest were fantastic. So he told the truth.
A half truth, you know.
He didn't say the next 2 rounds. He said the next 2 races.
It looks like the 2 of them now have KZ for company, who's come out on the medium tyre as well, while both cars ahead are still out on the harder tyre.
KZ is really running through that field too. He's dropped out of the space of the lap. He's dropping off, trying to jump up Blue and help Maeve and Stefko down this back straight.
Yeah, been able to make the move on Zoo, not the case on Stefko. He holds off KZ for the length of that straight. We'll see how far that gets him. But it's looking not too bad for the shake and bake McLarens at the moment. Sitting in third and sixth place. That is with a couple of pit stop scrambles to happen still, but.
And they've got to go onto the faster tyre yet, so they're in a pretty decent spot.
Well, KZ going for a dive
down the
in the
inside.
chicane makes it with ease. That is a great foresight to be able to see it coming from both drivers. Stefko providing ground, KZ just seeing it around. He's already dropped in by the slipstream gap. That's super impressive.
Su's got a great run out of that as well. We could see him try and make the move on Stefko. No, looks like he's pulled back in, so...
Yeah, the McLaren and the BRZ are very, very similar on pace. So it's going to be hard for either of them to slipstream the other, because they're so similar on pace. As soon as you pull out of the slipstream, it's just like hitting a wall.
Yeah, I can see that being the case.
Actually, yeah, Dale's stuck behind Adam, and it seems seemingly that Zoo is stuck behind Stefko. So it's interesting to see it across 4 different drivers and the same teams, 2 teams, and exactly the same scenarios happening for both groups.
Yeah, and it's also a question of if maybe the damn driver's trying to use the shake and bake McLarens to save a bit of fuel. Could try and jump them in the pit stop if that's the case. If they're struggling to get by, there's a couple of options. They could also go onto a different tyre as well.
With the fuel economy that those BRZs have, if they can save fuel behind another car as Zoo jumps down inside DJ and DJ doesn't really fight it too hard.
Zoo, just to make a fool of my suggestion that I just threw out there, yep.
Yeah, if they can save some fuel, they could possibly save a pit stop, which would be massive.
And having a look at how much fuel Dale has compared to Adam, it looks like about a 10 litre difference, which doesn't sound like much, but with the refueling rate being at 3 litres a second, that's over 3 seconds worth of an advantage he has in the pits next time.
It absolutely is. Watching Dale and Zoo's fuel consumption as well, they were pretty much identical about half a lap ago, so it's interesting to see that they were both stuck behind a shake and bake McLaren and both on that same sort of fuel level. So I wonder what Zoo's going to do now that he's broken free and can hopefully try and catch up to KZ, but it'll be a big ask.
Yeah, now Adam has the assistance of DJ Stefko to try and help defend from Dale. Dale looking up the inside as we enter the tunnel, though. Beautiful move there.
Providing plenty of room.
Stefko's had a big moment coming out of the tunnel as well.
Could hear a famous Stefko gasp if you're in dojo right now.
Yes.
Plenty of those been around throughout the day as he's held onto that McLaren through especially the final chicane of this lap.
It does give you some interesting moments driving the McLaren. It's certainly
interesting is probably the best word you could have used there.
Gets your heart rate up, that's for sure. It's there's a lot of catching involved when you drive one of these things, especially when you try and drive it fast.
So forgive me, boys. Given my dramas with the lobby early on in the race, what happened to Goat? He's leading now, but I presume there's been a pit stop or something in between. But when I joined back in, he dropped down a few positions. Was there an incident that I missed? Or?
No, started on hards.
Everyone else around him was on softs. That makes sense.
Yeah, so Goat started on the hard tyre and Fixer Chris started on the medium, so they were a little off pace but still hanging on to the back of the soft runners.
Yeah, there you go.
As you see in the background behind Mountain Goat there is Apex Humper in the WRX chasing down, and he's pretty much made up a pit stop already. Has Apex, but this has been a double soft stint, so I think he's going to have to make an extra stop regardless.
Yeah, his lap times are starting to drop off now, so they're coming to the end of his second soft stint.
I mean, drop off, he's in the 50s, look out guys.
Yeah.
by 6/100ths of a second. So.
That's right, Zach. Yeah. So I mean, he's gone from doing 48s to 50s. So you know,
Comparatively,
most of us would love a 50. It'd be a dream. But you know, that's it's going to be really, really hard for him to go onto the slower tyre and make up the time that extra pit stop is going to cost him. So yeah,
I can't figure out where he's going to run the medium tyre either. I'm just trying to figure it out. So he pitted at the end of lap 7, so I'm assuming he's going to go 7 on the softs again this time. I don't know what he's got planned for a medium tyre.
He'll have to run 12 laps on the mediums.
To make the same amount of pit stops work as everyone else. Yeah, that is a big ask.
And then he's got to do what, 20 on the hard tyre if he can get that out of a tank. 14, 12, 26.
16.
No.
Yeah, with us while we do some quick maths.
Yeah, so if he goes 14 laps.
And
14
12,
laps
that's
and then
26.
26,
That means he's got 20 laps to go.
Yeah.
Zoo's around.
Oh no.
Oh, unfortunate. He's dropped
We've
right
seen
back
this,
in 8th place.
We've seen it a couple of times out of Zoo where he's been driving a really solid race and just made an unfortunate mistake.
That's all it can take too. Such a minor mistake, and you can drop 4 positions.
Yeah. So, and not only that, he's 5.3 seconds off the next car. I see in the background Squiddy has managed to pick up a penalty as well.
And
Having a rough time there.
Dale's cleared both of the McLarens now. And but DJ looks like he's coming back at him a little bit.
I'm sure Stevsko hasn't put up too much of a fight. We've seen him with a couple of overtakes. He's just admitting it and looking at the bigger picture, going, let's run our own race, run our own strategy, see where we meet at the end.
Yeah, if he can stick behind the Subaru and save a couple of laps, he might be able to get some track position, you know, through a short fill on a pit stop later. So
yeah, way that we can lower the pit stop times for sure.
Yeah.
Also, something to take note of, Apex is within slipstream range of Mountain Goat now, but this is the lap I would assume that we'll see Apex in off the second set of softs, so does he go around again? He does.
Going around again.
8 on the softs.
So Goat's looking to do more than more than 14 laps on a set of hards.
I think Goat will go 16.
Yeah.
He'll go 16 laps on the hards.
Very similar fuel loads out of both cars, so I can't see Apex going too much longer than that either. Maybe he's going to try and pit at the same time as Goat.
Save the overtake, jump him in the pits maybe.
Maybe, or if he just pits at the same time, he kind of...
Apex
This
is
is kind of
very
an even
wide for a couple of
playing
these
field.
complex corners. Sorry, Dragon, talking over you there.
You're right, mate.
Very wide through turn.
Yeah, if Apex pits with Goat, he's made up that extra stop, and then he just has to copy what Goat does.
But Goat will be on the faster tyre because he doesn't. He's already run his hards, so.
Yeah, he'll have to run another set of hards, but the only way I can see Apex making this work is if he pits at the end of 16 and then he can go, mediums and hards from there to try and stretch. I don't know.
I don't think he'll make it on fuel, but so he's going to have to splash.
Yeah, it's definitely like cavemen trying to make fire, or us trying to figure out Apex's strategy right now.
This is not the first time Apex has done it to us either. We can sit here in the comms box and come up with so many different strats and scenarios, and then Apex will just come out completely left field and make something dramatic work and show us all up. So
yeah, he does have a habit of making us all look foolish. So
both on track and off, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah. Something
he's in
we
now.
haven't. So something we haven't talked too much about. Down in 9th place, Pure Axle ran softs to start and then topped the tank and chucked on a set of hards. So he's out of position at the moment. He's got probably a full fuel stop over some of the guys ahead of him. Fixer Chris as well, headed off the medium tyres at about lap 9, and top the tank running the hards now, so we'll see those guys, I'm sure, rise back through the field as the pit stops even out as well.
That's what makes these Super Enduros so interesting. All the strategies, I mean, at the end of the day, they're all going to end up in a similar position, hopefully, at the end of the track, at the end of the race, and be racing for the win. So, but we'll see who has the advantage at the end, because it might come down to who's able to be on the faster tyre at the end and be able to fight. So, it's going to play out, and it's going to be a really super interesting scenario at the end once all the pit stops shake out.
So interestingly enough, Apex has dropped down to 9th after his pit stop, come out just in front of Chris on the same set of tyres. Chris obviously being several laps into his stint, so it'll be interesting to see if Chris can hang on here and maybe jump up the ladder.
Yeah, it does take a couple of laps for those hards to come up to 10th, so it's an opportunity for Chris to make up some time.
Update on Squid 2, he's just come out of the pits for what might be his second stop onto the mediums.
I think
on lap 16.
I believe that's Squid's first stop there off the hard tyres. So he short fueled as well. He put about 50, I think 59% in the tank for the mediums, so he's good with some quick lap times. KZ off the mediums already, so we've seen him get 16 laps out of the softs and mediums. I'm assuming we'll see 2 15-lap stints on the hards to finish out the KZ.
And Scooter in the pits as well. A whole host of sort of pit stops on lap 16, so seeming that's a magic number.
Scooter coming off the mediums, so it'll be interesting to see what he goes on.
It's looking like Goat's gone for hard tyres and topping the tank again. He's been stationary for a very long time.
Yep.
It's a big pit stop when you're going from an empty tank right up to 100%. You're sitting there for what feels like an eternity.
We have had a couple of drivers go for a comfort stop during their pit stop in real life. So
yeah, I believe KZ was able to pull one of those off, especially around here. You get about a 55-second gap to be able to make it happen. So, out of the pits, Mountain Goat slots in right behind Apex and right in front of Chris. That was very close on pit exit for Mountain Goat. He's come out on a second set of hard tyres and topped the tank as well. So all three of these guys on the hard tyres now. Fixer Chris with about half a tank of fuel though.
So Chris may have lost out just a little bit there. He's had 2 drivers now pop right out in front of him after their pit stops. So he was only a couple of tenths ahead. He may have jumped out in front of him, and this race could be turned on its head.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just banging rocks together here, but trying to figure out how everyone's pit stops have gone. So we had Fixer Chris in at the end of lap 9 onto hards. Mountain Goat has done his first stop. And Apex has done 2 stops and is in front of the people who have only done the 1. But he still has to run the medium tyre, I think. I need to start writing this down. I'm so lost trying to figure out the strategies.
Well, yeah, Apex still has to run the mediums. He's done two laps, or 2 stints on the softs around the 7 or 8 lap mark. And he's now onto the hard, so I would suspect there to be a medium in between his next, but he's guaranteed to have at least 2 stops left.
Yeah,
so he's going to have to do, he might go medium, short stint on mediums and then back onto softs. Try and make up the time that way.
Quite possibly.
I don't know if
it's really interesting.
Softs are worth it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah, from my experience, the softs and the mediums do taper off very quickly themselves, so you ultimately try and deliver your time on both of them. In my experience, the hards have been the optimal time for a full stint, so interesting that Apex has gone for 2 lots of them. Maybe he's trying to do that extra stop do a stint equal to his 8 laps on softs, but on mediums, get them out of the way.
Something also to take note of, the two Dan Racer drivers currently leading the field, yet to stop. Suzu and Dale both still going around at lap 18.
That is
They're both going to be. Looks like they're both going to be in this lap. They're running on fumes.
Yeah, looks like about 5% left. They probably could stretch it another one if they really wanted to, but they'd have to dip into the fuel map for that one, I think. Keep an eye on Dale as he rounds this corner here.
Just doing some quick maths on these two. The 18 laps didn't see them up to 36, lap 36, which will only mean that they have to do 5 laps each on the mediums and the softs. So you might be able to do 6 on the mediums and a real quick 4 to round out your pit stops. Or required compounds, tyre compounds.
5 on each is probably a good marker where you kind of get off the tyre before they really heavily fall off. Honestly, I found the mediums fell off harder than the softs at about the same time, so yeah, very interesting to see how this ends up.
Pure Axel goes across and takes the lead of the race.
Yeah, Pure Axel ran the softs to the start, now onto the hard tyre. So he's had the one stop, but he's well clear of the rest of the field. So
15-second stop, 15-second gap to Apex.
And he's dropping rapid. He's already down to 14, roughly 14.4, 14.2. But it's very interesting to see that even though Apex is on 2 compounds harder of a tyre, he's still able to either keep with or gain Pure Axle on softs.
So Pure Axel on hards, Apex on hards, and Goat and Chris on hards, KZ on hards. Everyone except Squiddy.
Yeah. So yeah, you might have a little bit of a visual bug there, Captain.
Yeah.
But,
It is telling me the Pure Axle is on soft, so apologies for calling that one out.
It's alright. Can you confirm he is on the hard tyres? But, yeah, 14 seconds the gap, and then Goat and Chris look like they are having fun driving around together. The M6 may be benefiting a bit from the slipstream of the Corvette there. I don't know, I'm still lost on strategy. I don't even know when Chris is going to come in. He pitted at the end of 9, what's that, like 25-ish if he goes with a 16, so...
He's still at nearly half a tank, so... You should see him another... So 15, 16, so another 6 laps.
So update on Dale and Zoo. The other two down drivers in top split, they have both topped off their tanks rather, back onto the hard. So expect to see them go for another 18 laps in, drop in at lap 36.
Yeah, it's I think that could do really well for him. Like 5 laps on the mediums and softs will be the optimum ranges before they drop off.
Potentially
and earlier
refueling as well.
And there will be light fuel as well. So
yeah. So earlier on,
good strategy call from those drivers.
Yeah, earlier on I saw Dale. I think he was about 20 seconds ahead of me after I made my final stop, and he still had to run the medium and the soft tyre. So he went in, pitted, put the medium tyre on, and only had to fuel up once, and then he just pulled away for the entire rest of the race, being on the softer compound. So
yeah, Apex has pulled that gap down to about 12, just over 12 and a half seconds at the moment between him and Pure Axel. So even though he's on hard, he's still pulling that time down, pulling that gap down.
yeah, Pure Axel running pretty consistently in the high 51s, low 52s, whereas Apex is in the low 51s, high 50s, so he's about a second a lap quicker even on the same set of tyres. It's
incredible.
a little infuriating. Oh yeah, incredible, that's the one. Yeah, that's I don't know how he does it. I want to see him out of the WRX.
Or at least us into the same car.
Yeah, bring on the upcoming one make for next season.
Yes.
Then we can all know that we just lost to him on pure skill.
Yeah, it probably won't make any difference to our time deficit, but we don't have any excuses that way.
Well, it might be better if he's in the OP car, because then we can all sleep at night.
True that.
It's we'll have to wait and see what Gran Turismo 7 brings for season 11.
Yeah, and
Let's
it looks
hope
like
most of proper updates.
yes, lobby fix please. But in the meantime, Apex has put 2.3 seconds on Goat after coming out of after Goat came out of the pits about 0.7 of a second behind him, and Goat has managed to put 1.2 seconds on Fix It Chris. So out of the slipstream range now is Fix It Chris in that M6, but still holding really good pace.
It's kind of a little bit of a race to the 30th lap, because once you get to the 30th lap, you've got to have you can get home on 1 tank of fuel. Most cars can get home on 1 tank of fuel, so it's a race to the 30th lap, and then we'll kind of know where all the strategies play out. Well, once we get there, we'll be able to kind of make some more assumptions about what's happening.
And then be proved wrong by Apex again.
Absolutely, yeah.
Having a look back in 8th place now, we have Scooter within a second of Adam V10 as they round the view of the Loch Ness Monster as you come through that right hand of the possibility.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on their times, and Scooter's been dipping in just over and just under that 1 second mark for about a lap now, so it'll be interesting as soon as Scooter gets into that slipstream range on the straight, if he can stay there and potentially mount a
Oh no!
No, Adam.
We had to talk
Adam's
about
got some oversteer coming into the first part of the chicane there. Looks like
Hold
he's
on
got
to it.
enough of a run.
Get the great
He's
run.
not gaining. Yeah, wow. So he's done really well to hold on to that. Scooter's got nowhere to go. He's having a look around the right. Adam covers that one off and streams through turn 1 nicely.
That's another similar to the BRZ. The Mitsubishi has the similar problem to the McLaren. It just lacks straight line speed. So it's kind of the race of the slower cars. Just means they both get stuck.
Yeah, and looking at how big that Mitsubishi is, you can see why that gets absolutely hit by the wall of air as soon as it pulls out from behind that McLaren. At least the McLaren looks sleek, like it would cut through the air, but the Mitsubishi is just a turbo brick like the Nissan.
Wide old wing is surely not helping their top speed.
Looks like they're ready to battle the Escudo around Pikes Peak at the rate that body hits. Oh, Jesus.
Bit of a lag spike there.
Well,
Yeah,
that wasn't
get to
just me
see-
this time.
Get to see smoke coming out of that McLaren for a little bit there. But Adams, he's doing really well to stay consistent. He did very, very similar lap times on lap 19 and 20. He's dropped into the 53s last time around with that mistake in the last chicane. Now has Scooter very close behind.
That last chicane is the danger zone for the MR car. Slow speed corner, change of direction, big
Absolutely.
sausage on the inside. It can unsettle the car. So it is the danger zone for that car for sure.
Yeah, look, I'd say it's an average sausage, but that's probably the most common place we heard the Stefco gasp in the practice earlier on. Every time coming through that left-hander, you hear the as he gathers it back up. Scooter having a look up the inside of Adam, but again, doesn't have the straight line speed to get by the mixed one. I hope it's just me that's starting to see a little bit more lag throughout the lobby here.
No, unfortunately not. I mean, not a great example of experiencing lag, but unfortunately that is standing on my end as well.
I'm just
Pure
really
Axle's
hoping
hit the
that,
wall about 4 times.
yeah, I'm really hoping the lobby can just stay together at this rate. We can.
It's starting to look ugly.
It really is.
Every car I hop on with has smoke coming out of the of it. Pure Axle into the pits. We can look at his pit crew without the glitching happen. So Pure Axle finally in at the end of 23. Pitted at the end of I think 5 or 6. So he's done a nice run there on the hard tyres.
Still got to run mediums.
Yeah, I reckon we'll see a medium and a hard stint still to come out of Pure Axle. As he has to top the tank again. See his crew just grab the tyre and waddle across. They got 30 seconds to get their tyres clear before the thing's fueled up, so...
Yeah, Pure Axle for in for a really big stop here. Squiddy's coming around the final right-hander on the start of the new straight. He has got a half-second penalty burn. Seen a couple of them, unfortunately for him, but yeah, Pure Axle.
He's still there. He's
Right
just
down
been
the
released now. I think he might just come out alongside Squiddy. He's got a 3-second penalty within the pit line.
Entry.
Must have been on
That
entry.
is super unfortunate for Pure Axle there. He's dropped right at the back and copped 3 seconds.
Yeah,
He's,
and
he's not going to get home on fuel either.
no, he's going to have to do a little splash for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like he's going to try and do another 16 laps if my maths is direction what he
And
ran
then
just
run
then.
mediums to the end, and
Yeah.
he's going to have to splash.
Yeah, which ultimately hands that lead back to Apex, about 2.5 second gap between Apex and Goat. First and second, about the same between Goat and Chris to round out current podium.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what Apex is going to do. I'll be trying to figure that out till about a lap 40. But I don't understand what his plan is.
It is a giant ask to be able to catch up another pit stop here, and with Goat being only 3 seconds behind him there, it's nowhere near a pit stop.
Yeah, Goat gets to run the faster tyres towards the end as well, whereas Apex will have to make the mediums and maybe
Short, soft.
maybe another set of hards or something. I don't know.
He's going to have to go mediums, and if he stops if he has to stop again, it'll have to be softs.
You'd be stupid not to. Well, maybe we're stupid for thinking so.
Yeah, maybe.
He's got us on our toes, that's for sure.
You never know. This thing could could be a complete misnomer, because Gran Turismo 7 could have just showed us him on soft tyres when he could have been on mediums. Who knows?
Very true.
Yeah, but it's probably a good time to go for a quick run through the field, let you know where everyone's sitting at lap 25. So Apex Humper leading the way from Goat, who's currently sitting in second. Dixie Chris holding out third nicely in that M6.
Got KZ in the Z4 in fourth, followed by Dale in the Damn Racing BRZ.
Jumping on board for Stefco in sixth. He's doing pretty well in that McLaren, considering it's his first race in the Group 3 Macca. He's doing pretty well, holding down sixth. But,
I'm sure he'll be happy that it's his first and last race through McLaren.
Absolutely. Adam B10 also in that first time in his McLaren there, or in his Shakeback McLaren. And Scooter still holding on to that 1 second gap between Adam and Scooter there. So interesting to see what that's going to pan in.
Yeah, behind Scooter we've got Zuzu, who's trying to recover from his spin earlier on that saw him drop off the back of those McLarens. And behind Zoo we have Pure Axle, who has served that 3 second penalty and is trying to make up the loss best he can.
And Squiddy, as we just jump on and he lag spikes into the wall. We've got Squiddy bringing up the rear in the CP Motorsport GTR.
And we have poor old Lowside sitting in the pits with engine failures.
That's right. If this is a proper endurance race, the crew would have you back out again, like the Nord's 24-hour. You know, doesn't matter how far you are behind, get back out on track.
Hey, racing's racing.
Exactly. So while we were having a quick run through the field, we saw Fixer Chris into the pits. He has come out and he's put on another set of hard tyres and topped the tank again.
So this will be Chris will run mediums and hards and then softs at the end. Because he ran started the race on mediums. So.
Yes.
And interesting to see, he's dropped 7 seconds behind Pure Axle. I know I missed a portion of the first stint there, but Pure Axle may have a shot at pulling something back out of this race.
Yeah. I think Pure Axle might have one more stop than Chris to go.
Oh yes, if Pure Axle's done.
I think he's going to be pitting around lap 32.
Yeah, true.
He will be on the faster tyre towards the end, so we could see Pure Axle taking some names as he runs through the medium and soft tyres, but definitely going to be tricky.
So an update on the gap between Apex and Goat, first and second, that's only sitting at about 3.5 seconds. So Goat really holding pace with Apex on the halves there. Apex has been doing a couple of 51s. From what I can see, the lowest being a 50.7. That could be completely different for
Tombo's taking bets in the chat to say that the lobby will die on lap 29.
Well, let's hope not. I'd rather not rerun this one.
Yes.
I'd love to rerun it, but no, it's
Captain Lowside praying for a lobby crash.
I don't think I could rejoin if I wanted to. It's not fair to just jump in and do 10 or 15 laps, whatever it might end up being.
It's alright, we'll just make it, if it crashes on 29, 17 lap race, still got to use all 3 tyres, have fun, good luck. But it's holding on for now, and the gap from Goat back to KZ is at about 19 seconds now, so KZ in a little bit of no man's land, which can be good or bad depending on the type of driver you are. Some people find that, happy to just hit your markers every time and just be nice and consistent. Other people don't like it, they prefer to have a car in the distance to chase, so plenty of time either side of him though.
I don't think Apex has got enough gap.
Not for an extra stop.
Yeah, he's only 4 seconds in front.
Look, I've stopped talking about it because it hurts my head trying to figure out what he's gonna do.
It does hurt your brain. So I'm sure the boffins at their race team have come up with the fuel ratios and the fuel degradation and tyre degradation to make whatever he's doing work, and we'll just have to let it play out and scratch our heads until then.
Yeah, look, I reckon I know he's a fan of the Red Bull team, but I reckon he's hired the Ferrari strategist for this race.
the Monaco strategy?
Yeah, either that or the Baku one, and we'll see him retire at lap whatever.
No, that's my
Save the engine. We'll just save the engine, fellas. But it's the last race. Yeah, we'll save it for next season.
That's McLaren's attitude, but we won't get too far into Formula One. We'll be here all day. Having a look, 6th place, Adam and Scooter still pretty close to each other, 0.6 of a second from Adam back to Scooter, so neither really able to gain too much.
Yeah, no one's making too much of a change there. Scooter's really been within that slipstream distance for a number of laps now, and just not able to make a fast stick. Just doing what he needs to stay in front.
Yeah, it looks like Adam and Stefko, very big lag spike. Every time it freezes, I think it's over, but it's hanging on to lap 29 as Holy Tombo has predicted.
It's giving me many lap 1 flashbacks.
Oh, goodness. Hopefully we get a little bit of stability soon.
We're praying for it. We are praying for it.
Goodness. Well, I think the gap between Adam and Stefko has been fairly similar over the past few laps. They're driving in a straight line. Oh, never mind. It's a little hard to tell when they're skipping about, but I'm hoping it's not this bad for the drivers, honestly. Yeah,
we had some.
It's bad.
it's okay. There we go. Confirmation from Adam that it is not pretty at the moment. We'll probably explain why Scooter's not looking too keen on trying to make a move as well.
Playing it safe and not really just sticking around.
Yeah, it's
Oh no, I'm seeing everyone stopped on track.
Oh goodness.
How good. Gran
I still
Turismo's
see
really pushing
Dale
it.
circulating.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Caught up.
Zuzu's still running. Oh no, wait.
No, Zuzu decided to do a Men in Black trick there and try and drive on the roof of the tunnel.
Yep.
I've seen plenty of blue flags and yellow flags. This is just... I'm just praying for the race to finish out.
Yeah, I hope the lobby just kind of kicks itself in the guts and starts working again. It's got, what, 35 minutes to go? We're also coming to the point where we might finally figure out Apex's strategy, and if the lobby crashes now, we'll never know, honestly, so... Well, Apex has officially made it to lap 30, so... Maybe this is the time where it smooths over.
So 16 laps. So next pit stop he can fuel up, and he won't have to take fuel, but he still has to run medium tyres.
Yeah, so either way, he's definitely still got 2 stops.
So
It'll be
he's either gonna run mediums for 16 laps, or he's gonna stop twice, or he's gonna have to stop in the next 2 laps.
Pushing mediums for 16 laps. That is great.
I think he's still in the prime position to take out the win unless Fixer Chris can maybe work some magic. Because I think Goat still has to run the mediums and the softs, and Apex could pit at a similar time and run the mediums and then the softs. So might see him in this lap. He might try and stretch the fuel one more. We'll see, as he has Squiddy to deal with at the moment, who's having a rough old run here, and he pulls to the left and into the pit lane. He kind of goes. There we go.
Hopefully that doesn't give him a pit lane penalty there.
Yeah,
I would suspect not, but from our angle,
Yep.
didn't look promising.
Goat's got a couple more laps to go.
If he's been doing 16s, we should see him in lap 32. Fuel would suggest the same as well. So Goat would still have mediums and softs to put on.
Yes.
Two stops to go.
Yes, and Apex has mediums still to go. Could run. What's he got? 16 to the end. He could go 8 and 8. Could go 8 on the medium, 8 on the soft. We saw him do 8 on the softs earlier on.
He could go 10. He could go 10-6.
Yeah.
It's,
Personally, I didn't like the mediums after lap 7, so in my mind, I want to spend the least amount of time on them as possible. But I don't know. He's confused the hell out of me. We've got Scooter in the pits as well.
He's short fueled. Apex is only put half a tank in.
Yep, so I'm assuming he's gonna do run the tank dry and then go for another half, fill up and jump on the mediums.
Yeah.
Which is probably a smart choice. There's no point in running around with an extra half tank worth of fuel. Can make quite a significant difference. You are getting that fuel animation to start fueling up, but Apex is one hell of a driver, so no doubt he'll be able to make that up.
Yeah, and with him coming out on the softs instead of the mediums, he's got more of a chance of undercutting Goat as well, who we should see in about a lap's time, end of 32, I'm assuming. So he could get a nice undercut here. It might help him hold off Goat for a little longer.
Trying to let his strategy do the talking and not have to do too much battle on track, which is smart play by Apex.
Yeah,
Good
also
choice doing results now rather than to finish up.
Yeah, also very interested to see where Pure Axel and Fix It Chris come out in all of this, because we saw Chris was at about 3 seconds behind Goat when he pitted, and Pure Axel before his 3-second penalty was I think about 8 seconds ahead of Apex. So those two are probably going to be quite close to Goat come the pit stop, I think, within 5 seconds or so. As Zoo has come into the pits early, lap 31, so he's done 13 on that set of hards. Maybe a couple too many visits to the filing cabinet, forgot what lap he was on. Not quite sure there.
Yeah, interesting call considering both him and Dale did 18 laps for their stints, for their first stint, sorry, and he's got plenty of fuel and what seems to be plenty of tyres, so
yeah,
he
was running consistently in the low 52s as well, which is pretty decent pace on that harder tyre.
Yeah, absolutely is. Especially when you're doing 18 lap stints. Looks like he's topping off the tank too. But
yeah, at least from here he can fill the tank up and not have to worry about refueling for the rest of the race if he comes in for his next stop.
Very true.
Let's see, what's he coming out on? Medium tyres. Interesting. Very interesting.
My guess is he'll go 10.6.
I'm gonna go
jumping on lap 32 as well.
Yeah, where is KZ in all this? I think we'll see KZ go another lap on the hards, or pit now and have a shorter fill up.
Certainly fuel to go another lap, and considering how the mediums are, I'll take that right back. He is jumping out on the lap 32.
There we go, in he goes. Apex.
It should easily 7 litres less, 7 litres more fuel.
That was a big gap there
close.
between the two of them.
Certainly close.
Close coming out of the pit lane.
Alright, we've got Dale coming through the final chicane. We'll see where he is in reference to the other
DJ
guys. We've
in.
got Stefko and Adam, Shake and Bake guys, in at the end of 32 as well.
Does give a healthy lead back to Apex though, so he'll certainly play into his choice to run softs.
And Dale
yet again.
has jumped Goat.
Yeah, Dale's definitely jumped in front of Goat there, so Dale making wonders of those 18 lap stints so far.
Yeah, so we've also got, so Apex is doing the softs, Goat has gone onto the mediums, so Goat's going to be running the softs at the end while Apex is on the medium tyre. Dale, I believe, still has 2 stops to go, so he's probably going to end up about at Pure Axel if I would have to make a guess.
So looking at Pure Axel here, it's telling me that he's jumped back out onto hards.
Yeah, he ran mediums.
He ran softs to start.
Softs to start or mediums?
Oh, sorry, I'm getting my Corvettes mixed up. Goat was the one who just came into the pits, wasn't he?
Yes. So Pure Axel's been running since 23, I think. So he's at about lap 10 on his hard tyres, I think. Gosh.
Yeah, animations. No, it's all over the place. That's
Goat reeling in Dale quite quickly here as well, as Dale's coming towards the end of an 18 lap run, and Goat is fresh out of the pits on some brand new medium tyres. They go for the move into the chicane.
May go for a dive.
Big old block.
Oh, he shows him the nose.
Dale's trying to hold it.
Get the move done, but Dale's got to be slow on exit speed here. Goat's going to get the run.
Oh, he's got a massive run, but he might have bumped him.
No,
Still got enough.
that Corvette will not have any problems getting past the.
not at all. see it around the outside of it there.
Dale more than happy to tuck back into the slipstream and continue on, maybe knowing that the race with Goat's not the heat he wants at the moment. 13 seconds the gap between Apex and Goat.
Interestingly enough, jumping back down to 7th, Adam and Stefko are now within a couple of tenths of each other, and his interchanged pit stop strategy has dropped out about 8 seconds behind Shane.
Yeah, it looks like Adam had a little bit of a Stefko moment through that chicane there to end the lap as well. It looks like it might not be the fastest thing on the track at the moment, but they've both done quite well to be where they are, I would say.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they're running on the fast tyres till the end now, so they're mediums and softs. So there's a chance that they could, make up a couple of spots. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Both of these drivers, given their first actual race in this car, they both did a fantastic job. So props to them for jumping in and showing their worth.
Yeah, and maybe I know he's very close behind his teammate at the moment, but we do have Adam on comms at the moment as he pulls out to make a move.
Hey fellas, how are you?
Hey Adam, how you loving the McLaren life, my friend?
I hate it with a passion. I'll never drive this car again.
So the McLaren's gone straight in the bin. I don't think we'll ever see a team or privateer ever touch it again in the history of W2W. Even if it gets a big bop update and becomes the good car, I still don't like our chances of seeing it again. Too much emotional damage.
Yeah, definitely.
Just got no confidence in the car. I haven't had that much practice with it. But I'm just happy to not have looped it around yet. So
Stefko does the exact same thing you just did.
It's so easy to do there.
And you're still in a race, so you're going to get much better points than somebody who disappeared in lap 1. But no, you're doing a fantastic job there, mate.
The new fastest lap there out of yourself, a 51.0. It's not too shabby. It's only 2 seconds off of Apex.
Oh no! Oh, sorry.
Sounds like Stefko's done the same thing right behind you. Sounds like you need all the concentration you can get to hold this thing together. We'll leave you to it.
Thanks, guys.
Good luck, mate. God, these McLarens look scary coming through that first sector.
Don't they just?
Yeah, I actually really liked it through the. I found it was that's where it was the strongest compared to the guys in my lobby. But I think my setup is drastically different to the setup that Adam and DJ are running, and those guys, I think, judging by the setups that they've shared in the chats, that they're running a very aggressive setup, and it can give you extra lap time, but it just makes the car super sketchy to drive. But all power to them to be able to pilot that POS as well as they are.
Yeah, and now that we're at lap 36, we got about 23 minutes to go. It's probably a good time for a quick run through the field, let you know where everyone's at. Almost everyone has about one stop to go. So we'll start off at the top of the field as per usual. Apex Humper, 13.3 seconds, back to Mountain Goat, who's holding second down nicely.
We've got Dale Keats, who's jumped up into a podium position in the BRZ. A couple of stops to go for him because he hasn't run the medium or the soft tyre yet. So interesting to see how that shakes out. Followed by Pure Axle in the Corvette.
Yeah, Pure Axle putting on a decent show. They're still up in the top end of town and having one more pit stop for him to do as well. So it'll be interesting to see if he can indeed jump Dale. They're both going to be on hard tyres. Jumping into 5th, Chris has unfortunately picked himself up to 2nd penalty. Unsure where that is going to hurt him as he's trying to hunt down Pure Axel, but it's just not going to help his case there. And KZ has been fanning along in that BMW and is in 6th place. Actually, just looking at his last 2 laps, it's been a 51.442 and a 51.422, so incredible consistency.
Yeah, following KZ, we have the Shake and Bake duo, Adam V10, 8 seconds behind KZ, and Stefco 2.3 seconds to the rear of Adam. So those guys trucking along quite nicely, and both setting a personal best fastest lap last time around as well. So Adam with a 50.478 and Stefco with a 50.980.
Dale into the pits. 4 litres left and jumping off of his hards.
Yep, Sue's going to take 8th place depending on when Dale comes out of the pits. So we saw him make his alternate change. No, there comes Dale already, coming out on the medium. So Zoo will slot back into 9th. Behind Zoo we have Scooter, who I feel I don't think Scooter has any more stops. I think he's running the hards to the end from now on.
Yeah, judging by his fuel load, it looks like he'll get home from here.
Yep. And Squiddy, the boss man, having a rough day out here. Can't really take anything away from him. He's double stinting. He's racing twice in a row. So it's a big effort to get them team points for Squiddy filling in for Tate here. And just circulating nicely. And we have our race leader into the pits, right on cue.
That'll mean he's going to need to do 9 laps.
9 laps on the mediums.
That's historic, yeah. It's a big ask. It's a big ask.
Yeah, we'll see. So Goat continues to circulate. He's probably going to be out for another 2 laps, I would assume.
Yeah, looks like it. And then he'll run softs to the end.
I think we'll see the same thing out of Pure Axel as well. In at the end of 39 and 7 laps on softs to the end. So Corvette duo's sneaking up through the field a little bit.
Feels like Apex is sitting there for a long time with some fuel. It'll be interesting to see how much he thinks he needs to get through the last 9 laps.
Those tyres look done.
There we go. Onto the mediums, 55% fuel. Who's he got coming up behind him? It's Pure Axel. 1.4, 1.0, 0.6, 0.5. He's right there with him as Pure Axel. As the front tyres of that Corvette lift off the ground coming over the hill.
And we know that Pure Axel is not shy in chucking something down the inside of Apex. So this could get hairy.
Absolutely. Pure Axel on nicely warmed up hards there. They are coming towards the end of his cycle, so he does have one more stop to go. Yes, he will.
Yes.
But very interesting to see that Apex has been able to jump out in front of him. Pure Axel just within the slipstream range here. Apex with a fantastic exit actually. He's been able to just hold around that 0.75 range there.
Yeah, and 25 seconds to the rear of Mountain Goat. So depending on how much he has to refuel at the end of 39, that could be very close. Looks like for about half a tank of fuel for Apex, it was about a 35-second loss.
So yeah, Goat will have to take less fuel than that, and he'll be going onto the soft tyre. So even if he comes out,
so it looks like it might be about
Apex.
30 seconds. I think it's going to be. I reckon he's going to be right with Fixie Chris again, as we saw they were on the exit of the pits throughout the race a couple of times actually.
Because there's about a 4-second. I think was there about a 4-second gap between them when Apex pitted?
I think so. I'm going to say yes.
That would put him out a second in front if he's 5 seconds shorter on fuel.
I don't think it's 5 seconds shorter on fuel. I reckon Apex is going to be ahead by quite a bit, like 5+ seconds. Because if we go by the very thirsty Supra fuel burn rate, it burnt about 6.7 litres a lap. on full tilt. So we'll say, what, 6 litres a lap for Goat? And he's gone 2 laps longer, so what's that, 4 seconds worth of fuel he's not having to put in. And it's about a 35-second loss it was for Apex, so it'll be about a 30-second loss for Goat, maybe?
Yeah, so 5 seconds.
Yeah, which
So
will
just gonna
put...
put him right with Apex.
No, right with Chris, maybe.
I don't know, we don't have long to find out, because Goat's probably going to be in either this lap or next lap.
It'll be this lap, I reckon. He has just tipped across the 10.
Just to keep that consistency up, the Dragon he has gone out for 1 lap. So see if we can actually pick a drive.
That's okay. I made a captain mistake and was looking at the wrong ball there. That's why I was a little off there. Interesting to see him go 1 longer. See if Pure Axel decides to do the same. No, Pure Axel is coming into the pits, so I was right about the car that I was watching, just not the name of the driver.
Yeah,
And fix Chris in the pits as well.
No, my maths is right. I'm sure my maths is right.
So Chris and Pure Axel both in the pits for their final pit stop.
Chris with that little less fuel may need to fuel up less of an amount than Pure Axel as well, so that 5.5 second gap may drop down between those two.
Trying to remember, I believe they're both running. No, Pure Axel will be on mediums, and I think Chris will be on the soft tyre because Chris started on the mediums. So that could be a very interesting battle. Trying to skip between the two. Pure Axel's out of the pits. Chris still there, now rolling out of the pit box. See what the gap's going to be. No, it's about similar.
It's stayed about the same. Interesting to see.
Unlucky for Pure Axel, he has come out of the pits right behind Zuzu as well. He was on some more mediums, so could get held up a little bit there.
Looks like Zoo has the fuel to get home as well. The mediums are starting to wear, but he may end up just being able to push through.
And there we go.
I think he's got a soft stop to go.
Goat into the pits with 2 litres left. 22-second gap.
Really working his fuel down to the T there. Two laps is... sorry, 2 litres is not much to work with. Apex
two's plenty to work with.
Final chicane, final complex corners. So he is near on guaranteed to take the race lead.
Apex is coming through the final chicane now.
Goat just pulling into his pit box. Tyres are coming off. Go, fuel's going in.
Apex is across the line.
Still fueling.
And Squiddy's out in front of...
Goat's moving now.
KZ and Dale potentially. No,
yeah,
Dale.
that's a huge gap.
Yep.
10 seconds.
Yeah, so it looks like that fight's not going to be as close as we might have thought. But I think we have a lot of pit stops still to go for the middle of the field.
Apex is on warm mediums. He's been on them for a few laps now. Still in the 49s though. Incredible speed, but being on those softs.
Just barely in the 49s. 49.999. Not going to make the same reference I did a couple of seasons ago. I'm not going back there.
So yeah, fresh softs for Goat. It'll be interesting to see what he can do and try and put that time down. 9.5 seconds over 6 laps is a very big fight.
But it's, it's
not against Apex.
Apex.
Apex will just manage the gap now and it won't be a problem.
So someone we haven't mentioned too much throughout the race, currently sitting in 3rd, KZ, got his soft and medium runs out of the way early. He's been on the harder tyre for about 28 laps now, I think. Quite a while, so just trucking along nicely. Has found himself in 3rd place, and Dale behind him still to make a pit stop. So he's pretty safe there unless a big mistake happens.
So Dale will get jumped by Pure Axel, Chris, and Scooter.
It's going to be a very short stop for Dale, I think. He doesn't have to fuel,
now.
he's just got to change tyres.
Yep.
Very interesting to see from Chris. I think I just saw purple in sector 2 from him there, so hang on with him as he rounds the final left-hander coming down the final chicane.
I should mention him as well. He's made up 3.4 seconds on pure axle in 2 laps, has fixed Chris.
Really on push, low fuel, soft tyres.
Here we go. Can we see a 47 out of Chris, maybe? That would be an incredibly fast lap time. No.
Personal best by a long shot.
Goat's just gone purple through sector 1.
No. Would expect nothing less out of him.
Racing.
Another thing to take note of, 6th place, Dale has come out of the pits for his final stop. 5 seconds behind Chris, 6 seconds ahead of Scooter. So it's going to be a tough ask for Scooter to make that up, and Chris on a little older soft tyres is maybe a little too much for Dale to make up.
So interestingly enough, Apex may have had a bit of a mistake on this lap. He did a 49.9 lap 35 to Goat's 51.1. But again, Goat now down to 7 seconds. So
Goat is purple. He is purple by 0.520. So he's on for, what's that, like a 48.2?
48.1? Super low 48 at this rate.
If he can nail this last sector, and 47 could be there.
Apex must be looking in his mirrors by now, watching that gap. He might be in for a bit of a defence to actually take out the race win.
After we see what kind of pace Apex has got here, we should probably go, sorry, as he crosses the line here. Oh, he's just missed the 47.
Wow.
And I think we should bring our attention back to 4th place now, as Chris is within slipstream distance of pure axle and is just taking time away like it's nothing.
Hey, Chris on a rampage as well, pulling that time back and really starting to make moves up the field. Pure axle is on medium, slightly less fuel, but the tyre advantage there for Chris may end up seeing jumping up the 4th place.
He's going to have to make it count because the tyres will level out. We've only 3 laps left.
He's really got to get up close and then just make a move. He really can't sit behind it and wait for the opportunity to pop up. He's really just got to find that and make that space.
Yeah, he's going to have to push, find a gap and make a move.
Yeah, and just for reference, Fix Chris's last 2 laps are 48.8 and a 48.9 compared to Pure Axel, who's done a 51.0 and a 50.1. Oh, and he's gotten loose. Here goes Chris up the inside. No, thinks better of it.
Takes the late
there was a bit of lag
Apex.
spike there. Chris jumped right back out of the mix there, and he's slow on the back straight. He's still within slipstream. Don't think he's going to get the move done yet, but he knows Pure Axel's got a lack of grip. He knows Pure Axel is pushing, so he's got it right where he wants him.
Gap's down under 5 seconds, guys. I think Apex might have got held up a little bit by Squiddy.
He's pulled that extra 2 seconds a lap, so Goat really in the same spot here as Chris, having to make a move as soon as he gets up to Apex so that the socks don't wear out. And as you've said, Viper got a double up. Sorry, are going to level.
So 48.7 out of Goat last time around, 50.6 out of Apex. So made up 0.9 that lap. It's not going to be enough. He's going to have to find something. Having a look back for Pure Axel, a little bit of wall taken on the exit of the final corner as well. Not enough to compromise his exit, and Chris still just 7/10 back. That back straight run's really what he needs here.
Jumping slightly further back as well, may not need to jump onto full visuals herbs, but Zoo has managed to make it past Adam and Stefka as well, so once the pit stops are all set up, he's been able to recover to a fairly decent 1.4 seconds between him and Scooter, so last couple of laps, anything can happen.
Yeah, he was 2 seconds faster than Scooter on the previous lap as well. Scooter on old hards and Zoo on some very very nice softs. He's actually right there with him.
It's really caught up with him, yeah.
Oh, keep my eye. Oh, Chris is right there with Pure Axel as well. I don't know where to watch. He's got a bad exit into the tunnel though.
We've got 3 cars, so each one can pick a battle.
Yeah. But it doesn't look like Chris is going to make the move. We'll see. Oh gosh, Sue is absolutely hounding Scooter out of the left-hander there.
Goat should make an easy pass on Squid because Squid's got a penalty, so he won't get held up there. The gap's down to 3 seconds.
Looks like the top end speed of the BRZ is costing Zoo a little bit here, but with the extra grip of those tyres, he should be able to do it under brakes. Here we go. No.
Scooter, fantastic under brakes and this big left sweeping hander. Big sweeping left hander. I get my words right.
Speaking of hands, remember to always wash your hands, ladies and gentlemen.
Got to keep those hands clean.
Especially DJ Stefko. Wash those hands, brother.
So yeah, Scooter is going to be under fire here coming into this hairpin. Would suspect that Zoo has much better braking into this slower corner. He's just showing the nose. Zoo taking the smart action, just waiting for that opportunity to kick in. Really don't want to make a mistake this late in the game.
Yeah, Zoo's been very patient under braking. Look at the run he's got out of that corner compared to Scooter in doing so, but we see Scooter pull about 2/10 under braking each time. And if these two end up battling, DJ Stefko is only 3 seconds back, and we know how much battling can cost you if you decide to go for that. Flying through to the first little tunnel.
Softs may have levelled out. Just that little bit.
Still pulling back time, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Apex is going to be able to manage this gap for the last lap.
Apex staying super clean, super consistent, really just managing that pressure within himself and just doing it.
Not pushing it. It's doing 50s for fun. He's making Goat push super hard.
Yeah, that's just it. I don't think Goat is going to have the tyres to be able to mount the overtake in this last lap.
He ran an absolute blitzing time last time around, 49.2, while Apex did a 50.9. This time around, Apex a 51.1, Goat with a 50.1, so a full second quicker, but he just doesn't have the time to make up that extra 2 seconds. Maybe that extra lap he did costing him.
As you've mentioned,
should have hit it while I was doing a pure axle.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see now that every driver at the front of the trio of battle packs has been on medium tyres. The driver behind is on the softs, but just can't seem to make the gap up and actually successfully make an overtake. So interesting to see how the different tyres fare at the tail end of this race.
And I think Goat's tyres have dropped off now, and the gap seems to be steadying out at about 2 seconds.
He's pulled 2/10 through the first sector, a little bit of down to 1.4, up to 1.7. I think there was a bit of lag assistance there, but having a look at his fuel makes me a little nervous too.
Dangerously low on fuel. These guys are going to be on fumes coming across the line.
Oh my goodness, I'm keeping my eye on Zoo and Scooter. Zoo is right on the rear bumper of Scooter coming through the tunnel. Oh, a bit of a lag spike there. Separates them, that's unfortunate. But Zoo could,
background.
Yeah, he could claim Zoo if a mistake happens. And we'll jump up the front of the field. Apex Humper approaching the final chicane. We've seen him do this too many times, honestly. In the Super Injury, we saw it at Spa, we saw it last season. We're seeing it here again at Trail Mountain as he runs up the start-finish line to take the checkered and confirm his Division 1 victory. Very well done by Apex. Goat
and
coming home in a very well-thought second.
Goat out of fuel across the line.
Squiddy attempting to come across the line in 11th. He tried to do a goat flick too early. There he goes. We got KZ coming across the line for third. Very well earned. A nice quiet race for KZ, but very well done there.
Pure Axel with fourth with a really good alternative strategy.
Dale caught right up to him as well. So another couple of laps, and that would have been a very close battle.
Chris using all of the softs to round out fifth. Dale Teeks with a fantastic strategy as well, running those 18-lap long stints, pulling out 6th. He's going to be very happy with that result. Kept it clean all race, just did his own thing, and pulled home some decent points.
Yep, looks like Scooter holding on to 7th here, holding off Zuzu, who was fast charging for a while, coming home in 8th. Stefko managing a 9th with a beautiful goat flip across the line. And we have Adam V10 approaching to take 10th place here.
Goes with the goat flick as well.
There it is.
Has a super early one. Almost pulled off
Nice.
360.
That was lovely. And that's the last time either of them have to drive the Mick Sloan Group 3 car. So they'll be happy about that.
Yeah, so many strategies throughout that race. I'm pretty sure we were banging rocks together trying to figure out what was going on. But big congratulations to Apex making that extra stop work, Goat with a well-earned 2nd, and KZ with a very well-driven 3rd place.
It just goes to show...
Sorry, Mark, go.
Sorry, it just goes to show that, you know, so many different ways that you can make a race like this work. It's what makes the endurance races so much fun and so interesting to watch, because there's so many different ways to do it, and they all end up fighting at the end. So it's really great.
Yeah, we saw many different strategies come together right towards the end there, and the slightest of changes to those strats, the slightest of battles prior to that, really could have seen a shake-up for 3 different battles. So really good viewing, really good racing by Div 1 yet again, and a really fantastic season for Div 1 winner, Apex Humper. I'm hoping we'll see a few people jump in from the Div into this chat. See if they are actually in it yet, but it'll be good to see them. On the topic of new joiners, Dodgy has joined us. He may want to have a quick look.
Yeah, g'day fellas, how are we? Great call this evening, what an awesome race. I did manage to see the lot of it, which was great for a change. And as usual, couldn't guess it till the very end, so it was just such a good race to watch. Other than all the glitching, of course, but we're getting a bit used to GT7 now, aren't we?
So much so it's not really painful anymore.
You lie.
Got to put on a good face.
Yeah, well, it looks like Dragon's just added a few, so hopefully we'll get some drivers in shortly. It has been a cracker season.
DJ!
Even though it has been what we classed as possibly a bit of a test season with GT7, it has still been a ball of fun when it's worked. And it has been a really hard job by some of the admin guys to make sure it has worked. So congratulations to all the drivers that are just turning up. I'll let you guys lead them in a chat. Go for it.
Still trying to figure out who's shuffle on in here. Is notifications still showing up?
DJ Dale and Goat are all here. Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, pretty good.
Dale, you had a fantastic race with your medium stint. With your long hard stints there. It's very very interesting to see that the BRZ could get the extra couple of laps, and you really made it work. Coming home in 6th place is a fantastic result.
Yeah, the BRZ likes it long and hard. It just didn't have any drop off on the times. It was great. I just took too long getting past the McLarens earlier on. Otherwise, I could have been up with pure axle and fixer at the end there. But man, it was good.
Stefko, you've jumped in as well.
No naughty words.
How did you run your race? You were struggling there in the McLaren a little bit, but you did manage to pip Adam to the line in the end.
Yeah, I noticed him getting a little bit sideways. I think when I went on to my mediums, Adam went on to the softs. So we sort of did a bit of a swapperoo there. But yeah, that was tough and grueling, and wrists are really sore.
Yeah, it's a mission to drive that McLaren around a track like this for a really long period of time. So you guys have done great to jump in last minute with very little. I mean, I've driven the thing all season and I find it hard, so I can't imagine what you guys have gone through this week. So well done.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks, Tombo, for asking me to join, and Yeah.
He gave you that fantastic sales speech, and you just couldn't resist.
He did. God bless him. He said, "Yeah, the next 2 tracks are OP for the McLaren." No, it was fun. In all honesty, it was very fun.
Hey champ, welcome to the chat. Congratulations on another Div 1 championship. Well done.
And that's how you
he's
do
still
it.
connecting.
Just missed that.
Connecting.
Yeah, Apex. Basically, big congratulations for taking out Div 1.
Yeah, cheers. Far out. What a finish.
Is that a three-peat for you there?
Yeah, I think so.
3 champs.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
So how did you feel? Tell us your last few laps there. You could see that time. Well, I could only imagine you could see that time dropping between you and Goat there. You just kept a cool level head though, and still stuck out the wing.
Yeah, it was a constant battle from lap 1 with Goat. Just not knowing each other's next move, and it was just I was just constantly watching him all race, and then when he came out that far behind me on that last stint, I was looking at the delta probably a bit too much, and but what a finish! Really good race.
Yeah,
Great way to round out the season for sure.
And speaking of Goat, how did you feel during that chase in the last stint there, mate? Looked like you were getting really close to getting it done, but just ran out of laps.
Yeah, I knew he was on mediums. I've been following him all race basically, and I knew he came out on mediums, and I had my softs left, so I just went really hard out and as quick as I could lap. And I think my tyres wore out a little bit at the end, and I think that's all she wrote.
Before we go too much
chase.
further, guys, sorry to interrupt. KZ's been trying to join, but for some reason can't add him to the chat.
I got this.
Yep, you got it? Cheers.
Yep, I got this.
It's all Chris.
It's been a great season, despite all the challenges that we've had, and just big congratulations to all the Div 1 guys. Great racing all year as usual, and for Goat to come back into the season and jump pretty much straight back into Div 1, big achievement there. So yeah, it's been really great to see.
Now, maybe put me on the spot here, Dodgy. Was there... Yeah, you have just piped up. Is there a bit of an announcement or a final speech?
Yeah, well, look, I'm here just on a little bit of an introduction. Look, I'd like to just let everyone know it's been big, a bit of contention, a bit of angst, a bit of even celebrity over who the weather god has been for this season. I would like to go on the record and tell everyone that I have been the weather god this season, but that would be a lie. I did actually notice he might have snuck into the chat a bit earlier. Now, some say that when the weather god makes his decision, he drinks the tears of those who complain. And that the latest tunes that are going to be in Gran Turismo will be Rain, Rain, Go Away, and I want to see the sunshine after the rain. They also tend to say that the weather god has loved playing with people's emotions this season. And that he knows not only how to spin a car while on track, but also to spin records too. But what we really want to know is... who the hell is the weather god? Are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Oh my god, who are you? Come on, let everyone know.
It is the one and only DJ Stefko.
Legend.
I was actually going to say it was Mrs. Stefko as a guess. Oh my
Mate,
God,
Stefko, how's it been being weather god this season? What sort of stuff have you had to go through to mix up these races every week?
It's been fun.
Every week.
I definitely wash my hands every week before and after a race.
Apologies
but no,
for those
watching.
of you outside of the loop. It's been an inside joke all day for most of us hanging out in the dirt.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. That one. We'll leave that one there. But it's honestly watching the chats in the general chat and seeing how everybody loved the rain. I thought, you know what, let's throw everyone in the deep end with yet another heavy downpour at Red Bull Ring. Coincidentally, I didn't actually race that race, but yeah,
coincidentally, you joined the coincidentally success there too.
I would have, to be honest, but yeah, in all honesty, it's been fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'm happy to give the next weather god some pointers next season.
Yeah, well, look, thanks for that, Stefko. It's been a great job you've done this season. I think you've done well to mix it all up as best you can while trialling GT7. So thank you very much for your help. And there you go. Everyone now knows there was actually a weather god. It wasn't just me making shit up.
No, thanks very much, guys. I really enjoyed it. Cheers. Now I can wash my hands of it, correct.
I think
you should have washed them thoroughly
too. I think Squid might be hiding there with some words to say as well.
I am indeed hanging out. Look, not too much from me, everybody, but as has been alluded to, this has been a bit of a tester season, introduction to Gran Turismo 7. We started out bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, all these optimistic plans for what we might be able to do this season. And unfortunately, we were not prepared for the hurricane that we were left with. It didn't do what it was supposed to. And, you know, I guess the rest is history. We've seen a bit of a story unfold with Gran Turismo 7 over the last few weeks, more broadly and outside the league. But we made a commitment to GT7. We stuck with it. And over the course of these 9 weeks, we've seen a lot of change. We've seen a lot of adaptability from everyone, from the admins, from the drivers, from the hosts to the stewards. And I want to thank everyone for sticking it out for the season and really just making the most of it. Obviously, we're going to be back with Season 11, and it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better. It's going to look a lot like this season did, but we are waiting for Gran Turismo to commit to the changes that are going to bring GT7 in line with GT Sport. So bear with us. Everyone knows that, everyone in this league anyway knows that there's potentially big changes on the horizon for wheel to wheel, but we're going to revisit those later towards the end of this year. But that'll be it from me. Thanks very much, everyone, and I'll give you back to our lovely commentators.
Alrighty. Well, before we go any further, I think it's probably a great time to mention our wonderful sponsors that have supported us all throughout this tough and trying season. Massive thank you to Jade Finance Australia. They are commercial lending specialists who look after new and used lending for cars, boats, caravans, trucks, and plant machinery. If you want to learn more about them, check them out at jade.finance or contact them on 1300 003 to find out more. Next up, we have BQS Group. They are an integral provider of transport and logistics solutions Australia-wide since 2003. The team at BQS have been customizing solutions for their broad range of clients and partners, and to find out more about them, check them out at bqs.com.au. Next cab off the rank is the Plant Styling Company. They are a bespoke plant styling service specializing in lush living plants and designer pots that add a dramatic finishing touch to interior spaces, be it styling to sell, keep, work, or shoot. Their services cover all clientele, and if you want to learn more about them, theplantstylingcompany.com. Up next, AMS Excavations. They've been providing quality excavation services to Metro and Greater Sydney for the past 5 years. They are driven by their reputation for providing a high-quality work as true excavators. They will leave no stone unturned when it comes to meeting and exceeding their clients' requests. Check them out at amsexcavations.com.au. And finally, a big thank you to Brisbane Insurance Brokers. They've been recognised as the best in commercial and industrial insurance, and they can help you with all manner of general insurance needs, including your personal insurances for your home and car. Check them out at brisbaneinsurancebrokers.com.au. Whew. So yeah, big thank you again to all of our sponsors that have supported us through this season. And another thing to mention for those who maybe not feeling GT7 at the moment, we have an ACC league starting up next season. If you are a bit fan of Assetto Corsa on the PlayStation 4 or 5, check us out on Facebook and find the join link, jump in the Discord, and we can inform you a little more on what's going on in that department. But that will be running alongside GT7 in Season 11, so exciting things to come.
Yeah, it's going to be super interesting to jump from Gran Turismo over to ACC for a few races to see what the difference is between the two and see who can adapt. So that's going to be some interesting racing.
Yeah, it's very much looking forward to see what ACC can offer wheel to wheel, and if we can get enough support behind it from the community and get the numbers showing up, it could be some really, really interesting racing coming out of that. But on that note, I think it's a beautiful time to sign off. A big thank you to Viper for joining me here in the commentary box tonight.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It's been great to jump back in the box and chat to everyone, this season. We just a little bit of an update on the podcast. Season 1 of the podcast is over. Now gonna take a bit of a rest for a bit and get back in, do some more in Season 2, organise some new stuff, so keep tuned for that, people. But it's been great, and look forward to racing you guys in the next season.
Absolutely. Another big thank you for Captain Lowside joining us here in the commentary box for the night after his unfortunate disconnect.
Thanks, Dragon. Yeah, unfortunate for me. Bit of a sad point to round out my season, but it's what it is. So glad I could make use of my time and spend some time with you guys in the comments box. Very enjoyable.
But didn't 13R still win, Cap?
Look, I am not going to speak before everything is updated and released, but I think just by showing up, we should take out the team's champs. So absolutely a fantastic effort by all of the 13R boys, and I'll wait a week before I start gloating.
Yes, another thank you that needs to be done is to Herbal Green Tea for doing the visuals here tonight. I very much appreciate you taking time out of your night to make these streams happen.
No worries, guys. Yeah, fellas, I'll be back next season for some more visuals. Yeah, thanks, Dragon.
No problem, and just a big old blanket thank you to anyone that has watched, liked, subscribed, joined the Discord, helped in any way behind the scenes of Wheel to Wheel. Massive thank you, and we hope to see you